Hi, Melissa, how are you?
I'm good.
You get started find a problem, okay? Any question before? That's the time.
No, not right
Okay, you find a problem and share your screen, okay? Let me see which problem it is. Right now, you need to keep practicing, okay? And you can choose some problem you want, and then I believe you still have some problem you coding bit, right?
now. Yeah,
Yeah, but work on one problem first. Okay, 2017, December, Rock Bill Road. Okay. Okay, look at this one, okay? From Billboard. Okay, I think this one is related to the area calculation, okay? Hi, Rachel, how are you?
Hello. Good.
Okay, Melissa, are you okay?
yeah.
Basically, you just get something like a 3 ball, right? So 1, 2, and then there's a third one, right? And they want you to calculate something that you still be visible after being blocked by another one, right? The two billboards are guaranteed not to have any positive area of overlap between them. Okay, so there's a good criteria that ball, two billboards are separate. They don't overlap each other. Okay, then how do you calculate the area? Is that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay, you think about it, okay? Let me turn to Richard. Okay, Richard, your turn. You get started, okay? If you want to do Nico, you do work on Nico, okay? Okay, want to check the palindrome integer. X is an integer. There is no such thing as length. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, a quick solution is you just convert this integer to string, you solve it. But there is a follow-up. Can you solve it without returning a string? Okay, this is another problem. But first thing that you can actually just solve it as a string. How to convert X to string?
Can I also just like reverse the digits and then just compare them?
That's okay, up to you. You can reverse digit if you like, okay?
Biology so that I can go on to
Okay. You did not check the negative numbers. Because they have a -1 to 1. So you need to check the negative one first. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you that it is always positive. Okay. You may try, you may run code, okay? Don't submit, but you can run code. See if you pass some cases, okay? Basic time limit, okay. Yeah, too long. No equal zero, okay? Equal zero, you will take longer time. You divide by 10, eventually you become zero. Okay, but you did not. This is only one case. Okay, if it's okay, you can submit. Okay, good. Thank you. Next one, let me have. Hi, Adam, how are you?
I'm okay.
You work on one problem, okay?
Okay.
And you circle problem, we work on it.
Yeah.
Share your screen, please. Let me know which one you are working on. This one is a silver problem. Are you sure you want to do this one?
Oh, I chose the wrong one.
Okay, you can work on this one if you like, okay? Okay, read on it, okay? Let me know if you have a question. Next one, Lydian, please. Lydian, you also work on one problem, okay? And let me know which problem it is.
Yeah, okay.
Any question for previous problems?
No, I think I'm fine.
Mhm. Need to spend a lot of time on this, okay? Every week. Keep doing it. The most difficult part is be consistent, willing to do it every week. Lydian, you can share your screen and let me know which problem it is, okay? "2016 Brown Spot 2. Yeah, Brown game, okay? Okay, this one actually, as far as I remember, this one is a greedy algorithm. Okay, you need to find a greedy algorithm to solve this one. This one is a greedy algorithm problem. Okay, that's the only thing I can tell you. Just figure out a certain way to solve it. Okay, may not have the proof, but you try to come up with a scheme that you believe that may give you the best solution. Okay. Okay, good. You continue. Let me check Melissa. Melissa, your turn. They just get started, so they take a good time. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Cool.
Have you figured out how to do it?
Kind of like I found a formula, but I don't think it works for every overlap.
Okay. Can you show? Important part is that they give you the idea of the two ball is not overlapping, right? And the third one may be overlapping with it. Can you show your screen? Okay, so this one actually, let's look at it. Okay, so let's look at it. This one actually, whenever you start some problem like this one, you can just using them as an example. So you start with another one, is actually SY is 1, 2. So let's assume that you do have a location that is 1 and 2. Okay, so this one is S1, Y1. Okay, 3 and 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's over here. Okay, so this one actually is 1, 2, and 3, 5. That's the first ball. Second one, you do have 6. 6 is roughly here, and 0, so it's over here. Okay, 10, 10 and 4, 10 and 4, 10 and 4, 4 is roughly here. Okay, so you get this one, this one. So this one is 6, 0, 10 and 4, right? Third one is 2, 1. So let's actually pick 2, 1. It's over here. Okay. And then A3, A3, A3 is over here. So basically, it's like this. Okay. Like this. So you say that if you want to know about the remaining area that's still visible. Okay. So this one, apparently, this one total area, this one should be 2 by this one over here, 3. So 6, okay. Minus this one actually is, this one actually right here, it actually is, this point should be 2, 2 to 3, 3. So this one's 1. So here, this side it actually is 5, okay. This one right here, it actually should be 4, and this side over here should be 4. So this one you have 16. Okay, 16. While this one, the one over here, okay, that you take would be here. This size 2. This side is starting from, it actually is 2, 1. So this one's 1. This one actually is 3. So it take 4 out of here. So this one actually is 12 on here. Okay, so 5 plus 12 equals 17. Okay. Right. So basically, you can take these things separately. The green one with the first ball, you calculate the total area minus the overlap area. Second one, you also calculate the total area minus the overlap area. And you take a sum because the first ball is not going to overlap with the second ball. So you calculate their area separately. That will solve the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But for the second overlap, I wasn't sure like which values to subtract to get this y value, since it's like
You have to
another-
think about the different overlap way. Okay, so right now, because if you separate them, okay, if you separate the case O1 with O3 and O2 with O3, there's only two balls that you need to consider their overlap, right? There are only two balls you need to consider the overlap. So let's see. That's actually, let me clean it. Okay, let me clean it. So if you are okay so far, then the problem actually go back to let me start your sharing. Okay, let me share my screen with whiteboard. So because this ball and this balls will always be disjoint, you don't need to worry about it. So the only thing is that you need to worry about a ball with this one. So you only worry about the brown one with the green one. And there are two cases. So you study this one and then this one. Okay. So that's assume that actually we just look at one pair. So one of these and one of these, right? And we are studying these two cases, okay, the cases. So since like this, okay, let's look at only the X part. Don't look at the Y part, okay? Let's assume that actually X is disjoint. Remember that we do work on the X portion before. So let's assume that X is disjoint. So X disjoint, Y overlap or Y not overlap, we don't care. If X is disjoint, then there's no overlap. Right? So you can just take the whole area here. So how can you prove that X is disjoint? You do have this one called, this point called S1, right? This is S2, this is S3, this is S4, right? Isn't it? How to prove that this S1, S2, S3, S4, they are disjoint? We actually teach you before last time when we have only one dimension. It's like this one's a bigger one less than this one's a smaller one. So S2 less than S3 or let's say equal, even equal is okay. Or S4 less than equals S1. That means you would have these versus this one, even if button is actually disjoint, right? Or you have these and this is disjoint. X disjoint, why you don't need to look at the overlap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one you don't have overlap area. So in that case you don't care. Okay. Same thing if Y is disjoint. Y is disjoint means that in terms of Y, there's disjoint. X wise, you overlap or totally overlap. Who cares? Okay, X you actually overlap, but your Y actually is disjoint, then you don't care. But you can check whether Y is disjoint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next one is okay. So you take that case out, okay? The disjoint one, you don't need to calculate okay. Then you would need to think about, okay, if you are not disjoint, either X or Y, both of them are not disjoint. Both of them are not disjoint, you may have this case totally contained by, you have overlap, but it's something that you may have something like this, okay? You may have something like this. You may have something like this. So then you need to calculate the object area, right? You have to calculate the object area. And you need to calculate the different cases. Okay, you have to calculate the different cases. Right?
Yeah.
This different one will end up with different value. Okay. So one is disjoint, the other one is contained by. Contained by means, say this one's X is contained by S3 and S4 is inside the S1, S2. Okay. And this one's SY1, Y3, Y4 is contained by the Y1, Y2. In this case, the area is the total area minus the green area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is totally contained by. So this one actually, Y is contained by, so this width is S3 and S4. Okay, and Y actually is what? Y is the opposite. Y green one overlap the yellow, that one. So this one you use how much you want to use. Y you use what? Y2 versus Y1 as the width. If it's this way. This one you do. Okay, so this is contained by. Based on the contained by, you have SY being S being contained, Y being contained. Okay, so this one is actually what? The green one being contained, S being contained, or S only, S being contained only. This one's Y being contained only. This one's both S, Y are contained. And this case is that none of the SY being contained, but they do have overlap. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You have these 4 cases you need to analyze. So you use your pen and pencil to calculate, okay? These 4 cases, calculated area will be different, okay? So this case is easy. This case, you check the middle SY. So you have S4, S3, S2, S1. Your S using the middle 2. Y also using the middle 2. Is that okay? You get this area of overlap, right?
Yeah.
And this case, the case is what? S also use the middle 2. Y also use the middle 2. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You also get the area over here, right? So these 2 cases are the same, both using the middle 2. So using the middle 2, we can just put in your S1, S2, S3, S4, and do sorting. You get it, okay? How about this case? This one, you do use the middle 2. Yes, this one you use the middle 2. But your Y is not, why is that, why the middle 2? Yes, y is also the middle two, right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
How about this one? So this one, your x is the middle two. And your y is also the middle two. So you use the middle two, you can calculate this area as well. So what? So what do I tell you right now? These 4 cases is one case. You just line up here x, y, and do sorting on the middle two. You will get a solution. Okay, this one could look like complicated, but if you look at it more deeply, it's actually easier. Okay, but the key point is that you must understand it. Any questions so far?
No.
And how could I know that middle two was solving? Okay, it's actually experience. Second, also by the analysis. Okay. Is there any other cases other than these 4 cases? Is there any other cases? So this one actually, based on S being contained or Y being contained, you have S only or Y only being contained or both being contained. And another one is that none of them are contained, but so this one actually, this case, you will have the green one, they are overlap, but you do have the overlap over here, 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 but no one actually being contained, right? But you don't need to worry about it. It's just using the middle two number for x and y, you should be able to solve it. Okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So first is that you need to use a disjoint to make sure they are overlap. If there is no disjoint, there's no overlap. You just take you do not need to subtract any area. You just sum up the two original poles area. That's good. That it should be returned, right? And then if they are both not disjoint, okay, both are not disjoint, then you calculate the two poles area and minus the overlap part. And the calculation of the overlap part, you based on this analysis here using the middle 2 points width and height, you should be able to solve it. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember the overlap parts is always the middle 2. 1 dimension, 2 dimension is the same. Okay. 1 dimension or 2 dimension is the same. And I actually copy, okay, make copy of my image over here in the group, okay? And you can think about it, okay? You can think about it, okay? You can think about it over there, okay? This one, let me see. Okay, you think about it, okay? And then you can start coding, okay? If you really understand. If you don't understand, you can ask questions, okay? Next one, Richard, please. Richard, you go back to you. Okay, this also you can use a map for it, okay? Hash map for it. String versus the number, okay? Instead of using such a function will be slower, okay? That's one thing, okay? You can use a map. And here is not character, you can use a string for it, okay? Okay, anyway, that actually something, and after that, you need to look at the structure. So the number you may have, you may have V, I, okay. So when you have V, this one actually V is 5, I you do have 1, 2, so this one's plus 2, you get 7, right? It's also possible that you do have a IV. So this one is 5 and then minus 1. So remember this one, it happened on the V's left side, it would be minus 1. Instead of being 1, okay? You use the hash map still okay, but you need to deal with I on the right side of the V and also I on the left side of the V. Okay. Same thing in the X, you do have an X. You have XII, you get 12. But if you do have IX, this one's minus 1. So it actually is 10 minus 1, you get 9. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But is it possible that you do have 2V? No, it's impossible that you to get 2V. Right? It's impossible that you get 2V. So how about you have 100? 100 is which one? 100 is actually called C, right? So you do have a C, you may have CXX, right? But you may have C and S on this side, right? That actually give you the 90, right? And then you deal with, maybe you have an X over here, right? You may have 1. So this one is what? 99, right? Is that okay? So you deal with digit 1 by 1. First thing you go to get the V, and then you get the X, and then you get the next one, and then check its neighborhood. If there is a deduction of lower priority happening on a bigger one, then that one is a negative term. Okay, that's it. This one will be able to be solved in that way. So you kind of need to read the data on the right. Okay, on the right. It's always like that is reading from this way. Okay. So here the way you do it is totally making no sense. You are reading from this way. Your Roman integer should be read from this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your smaller digit need to be decided first. Okay, think about it. Okay, that's what the hint I can give you. Okay. So like the one you are looking at it right now, you do have MCM XCIV. The first one you see is actually V, okay? So this one actually you got a 5, this one's minus 1. Then you look at this one, it's actually is 100. Then this one's minus 10. This one you do have an M. M is what? M is 1,000. Right? And then you do have a C that's minus 100. Okay. And then there's another, wait, why come there's another M? Okay, I'm not sure why this M is there, okay? But that's actually MCMX, whatever, okay? So basically this portion, we do get this part as 4, right? This part as 90. Okay, this one as 900. Okay, so here you do have 1,000, yes. Here this one you do have 1,000. Okay, so here you do have 1,000. So you end up to, so it's actually, you are interpreting it in this way. Okay. So you're reading it in this way. You're trying to find your V location and stop it right here with any data lower priority than V. Lower priority than V means that it only can be V and I. Okay. The next one, you check X location and you go up to S and possibly V or possible I on the left side. And you start, because the next one is bigger number, you don't subtract it. Okay? You know, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you think about it. Okay, this is a hint I can give you. Okay, and give you, and you should be able to solve it this way. Okay, but you take a while. You just think about it before you do coding. Okay, and I told you the you can use string mapping to integer for it. Okay, next one, Ethan, please. All right, Ethan, your turn. Okay, so you know what you are doing. Any questions?
I think so. No questions.
Okay. Okay, next one, Lilian, please. You get the first one right, and exclamation mark means it's not timeout. Okay, timeout means you have a finite loop. Exclamation mark, I would say it actually is wrong. Okay. So let's see how you solve it. Okay. Can you explain to me how you solve this one? It's 2016.
I just put n in a variable, and then I went through all the different tiles, each with 2 numbers, and put them in one array. And then I went through each of them because since two words belong to a tile, you have both of them up at the same time. So I just avoided the overlap for those two. So if they had any extra, if if both of them had like the same letters, then I wouldn't add that, but then everything else I would. And yeah.
Okay, can you pull down a little bit more? Okay, let's look at the problem, okay? So you have files and the box, okay? So this is the problem, okay? Good, let me look at it, okay? Here, let's actually discuss this one. Okay, this one you get some word you want to show, okay? So basically, since you only work on the first one, so your first one maybe have the right understanding, but the rest of them may be wrong, okay? May be wrong. The rest of them may be wrong. That's why you get the other things wrong, okay? So it said that please help Farmer Jones to determine the minimum number of blocks for each letter of the alphabet he need to provide so that irrespective of which face on the board is shown, okay, count and spell the impossible words, okay. So first one contain N, and then the next N lines, each one have two words. One is the front and one is the back, okay. So basically you do have FOX and BOX, okay. So FOX and BOX, since you have these two on front and back, so you have O and X, you need 1, okay. B and F, you need 1, okay. So you need to analyze it one line by line. Second one, you need 3X and 3Y, okay. So front and back you can share. Same side, the later cannot be shared, okay. So this one is with same side, your SY, SSS, and YYY you cannot share. So this one you totally would need to have what? 3X and 3Y, right? And this one you actually, the O and X can be shared. And you need to have one extra P and one extra D. So each line you kind of analyze the requirement. Is okay. Each line you kind of analyze the requirement. Then they are totally unlined, right? They are totally unlined. So read in the total number of line, okay, and then analyze the need for each line, okay. So then process each line, then sum up the lines requirement to print out and then the output, okay. So this one you should get with the input, the output format, print out the 26 line. The first output should be contained by the number of the copies that A block. So how many A is needed, and then how many B is needed, okay. So first line you get this, second line you get this, okay. And then you should print out and then process every line and sum up all the lines requirement and print them to the output. So I think you need to sum up 1B, 1F, or you need to do histogram of it, right? Is that okay? You need to base on ABCD to do histogram of it, okay?
I think those were the steps I followed, but I might have done.
Yeah, so let me check your algorithm, okay? Let's see. Let me take a quick peek, okay, on your algorithm. So you do have N, you read in as H5, you do array N times 2, left and right, okay, that's actually okay. So you input left and right, so every time you need to process 2, okay? Well, get that, okay, you process 2, okay, so you process 2, and then here you do say So why you need to use ij for? Why you need to use the inner loop like this one? Okay, I'm just curious.
Because I was going through the whole string array, and then with each string there's 2 of them, so I was going through each letter of the string.
You go to the array, each string. So right now you have box and box. And you still go through every single one. No, this one I think the problem may come from here. Okay. Okay, you every time you process 2, that actually is fine. Okay, you process the 2, that actually is fine. But remember the later O and S you can share. Okay, so this O and this S can share. So you can share basically compare the digit. You can share the digit. Okay. So analyze the requirement for each line is a better way. Okay. And then your XSS, you cannot share this XSS over here. Okay, so this one you go through each individual. Okay, you are trying to analyze this each individual one. That's actually fine. Okay, you directly adding them to the histogram. You directly adding them to the histogram. This one is too fast. Since your left side OX can be shared with the right side OX, so you cannot really increase that. Then this O and S may be being counted both.
So I can't like.
So
Because
this portion, I would say this portion you have some question. Okay. Eventually, you print out this one. I think okay. This is histogram, right? So this is the last line. It should be fine. It should print out the histogram. Now is how you collect the histogram is the problem. So it's right here. You have the problem. Okay. So right here, usually I don't like to use this one this way. I think it's actually dangerous. I would rather use what string F array and string back array. Both of them 26 elements. Okay, so here you read a from and read a back, read a from, read a back. So here you just go from what? From every line. So you actually go totally from 1 to n. So here you're not using the n at all, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then each case, for each n case, you have to analyze the total requirement for front and back based on this to generate what I use the share latest. That would be easier. Okay. Does that make sense?
So would it be okay if I load all the letters in the first word into front, and then if it doesn't if it doesn't contain it, then I'll add it again? Because like for Fox and Box, would it be okay if I load the F?
Like here, I would still suggest you use a separate F and B. That would be easier. You're asking for trouble. That probably can solve the problem, but you just make it harder for you to code. Since area, I don't think right here is a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Total memory size is not a problem in this question. Okay. So you don't need to use a special technique to deal with the memory right now. Okay. Now you can only ask for trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I would suggest to change to A and F and B two separate array. And then you do one F, one B. Okay. Continue to do that. And then you every time you from I equals 0, I less than n. Each time you analyze one pair of the front and add into the the right letters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about it. Okay. You continue. Okay. You are close, but need to make the algorithm better. Okay. Next one, Vanessa, please. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Are you okay so far?
Yeah.
Have you started coding or no?
Yeah, I'm just writing the sorting part right now.
Okay, you're writing the sorting coding. That's good. Let's have Richard. Hi, Richard, your turn. So have you figured out this one already?
Yeah. I did it from top down, not down up.
Yeah, it's okay. Basically, you find the item section by section that you find. Is that okay? Key point is that you must know about the middle value that actually determine the value. Okay, any left side, if it's actually smaller than the right side value, you need to deduct it. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good job. Okay, good job. Next one, Aidan, please. So you have question? Are you done?
I think I'm done. I'm gonna try testing it now.
Okay, how about Lydian? Are you okay so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, you guys continue, okay? If you haven't tested, but wish you finish, okay? Try to finish it. Because if you don't finish today, you are not going to do it, okay? You have other things keep coming up, okay? We are 9 o'clock, so that's it for today, but let me know if you still have question later, okay? Okay, thank you. Good night and good night. Bye-bye.